Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. 'Tis I, Romero for RMN, here to do a rant-ish type video for you guys, talking about the news that hit the movie world pretty hard last week, and that was the announcement of the delay of the Batman and Superman film from its original release date of 2015 to a new official, I'm doing air quotations, and you can't see them, for a new release date in 2016. Now, this is apparently to rewrite the project, and that makes a lot of sense because David S. Goyer was writing this script, and he's not a particularly good writer. Yeah, he wrote The Dark Knight Rises, which I think a lot of people will agree with me is not the strongest of the three Batman films, and he also helped write this, and this. So yeah, not a particularly good writer. Probably should stop touching anything comic book related, you know, because he ruins it. And I've made it vocally clear on my channel that I'm not the biggest fan of the Man of Steel, and that attributes probably somewhat to David S. Goyer writing the movie. But I digress. The point is here, David S. Goyer will no longer be writing the film, thank God, because of the fact that there was just too many ideas in the script, and Warner Brothers felt it was just too convoluted, or they put it politely saying, oh, there's too many great ideas in this film, bullshit, and, you know, we just want to bring them all to the screen, so we're going to hire a new writer, and they have. Ironically enough, they've hired a writer who wrote for the film Argo. How funny and ironic is that one of Ben Affleck's buddies who helped write Argo will now be writing the Batman Superman film? That's just blows my mind. Now, when I heard the news that the Batman Superman movie was being delayed, my initial reaction was this.
Yes! 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 Yes!
And then after a while, after I let the idea marinate in my head, and I let it just swim around in there for a little while, you know, just get all comfortable, my reaction, well, was this.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Notice how they're not different at all. Let me explain. I don't like the Man of Steel. I don't like David S. Goyer, or the fact that Warner Brothers has this idea that David S. Goyer is God when it comes to writing, because he's not. And thankfully they came to that epiphany that he isn't, because now they've decided to hire a different writer to write their Batman Superman flick. Now, I know Warner Brothers is trying to play catch up with Disney and Marvel, because Disney and Marvel has proven to now be the Goliath of the comic book movie universe at the box office. These guys are dominating the box office with their films, and they have taken their time with it. That's why, you know, they situated themselves. They took baby steps and then took a huge lunge with the Avengers, and now Warner Bros. Is trying to play catch up with them, sadly, whether they like to admit it or not. And I personally feel that I am just so elated about this announcement, because now Warner Bros. Can take a chillaxative and just think about what they're going to do next. And honestly, I would be happy, and I think everybody would be even surprised and happy, what if Warner Bros. Decides to make a Justice League movie. Now, hear me out. You're probably saying to yourself, oh, how could they do a Justice League movie? It'd be too rushed. It'd be too many things. What if they use the storyline, and many comic book fans who are listening to this probably will know, what if they use the storyline to the New 52 Justice League War? Now, in Justice League War, for people who have read the new DC 52 comics, know that in Justice League War, there really is no individual origin story for each of the characters. Sure, they have their little, certain scenes, to get some, familiarization with, the audience, but it's just, to situate themselves. And then finally the team does form after certain events, but the comic book series itself is less of them, is less of an individual story and finally them meeting. It's really an origin story of the team itself. So you get a nice pacing with the series where you get introduced to all these characters again that you've grown up to know. And when they finally do team up, it just works out perfectly. I mean, this is getting its own animated film, for Christ's sakes. How could they not take advantage and make a live action film using that storyline? And it would work great for Warner Brothers, you know? Now that they have a new writer, they could say, hey, we have a new writer. Let's do the Justice League war story. Let's bring that to the screen. Let's introduce these characters, Aquaman and Green Lantern and Wonder Woman, and let's introduce them to audiences. Not in a fast-paced way like we're showing that we're trying to play catch up, but let's show it that we know what we're doing, and let's introduce the characters in a way that when they do finally team up on screen, it all just clicks. It just makes so much sense that they have to team up, and that way, boom, we have our cinematic universe in one movie, and then afterwards, after the first Justice League movie, then we can focus on doing our individual character films leading up to another Justice League movie, and there we go, everybody is happy, you know? But we'll have to wait and see what DC does. We'll have to wait and see if DC decides to do this. Nobody knows what's going to happen yet. Everything is still up in the air. 10 months is a long time for them to do something. So, I gotta say honestly, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I'm happy David S. Goyer is out. I'm happy that a new writer from Argo is coming in. All around, Warner Brothers can now take their time with this. They can allow this to just work in their favor. So I am extremely excited. I cannot wait to see what happens. And all around, I gotta say, as a diehard fan, I cannot wait to see what they decide to do. So Warner Brothers, fingers crossed that you make the good decision this time and don't mess this up. Alright guys, as always, I'm Romero for RMN, and I've got your back, so you're on track. See you guys next time.